if I ate shit for 3 days, I would probably puke. And, you would too. But that's an obvious answer. You know what else is obvious? Jesse Minter to the Ravens. I said I was going to talk about this, but I felt sick for the past 2 days, so I didn't have the courage to post. I'm not getting paid for this, so why the fuck would I push without being paid? I don't know, because I'm a lazy bum. But anyways, Jesse Minter to the Ravens. I actually love this move. I think what they did was re-bring that defensive identity, which is what they've been known for. The Super Bowl that they won, they've been known for the defensive identity. And I was going to film this today, I was going to film this tomorrow, but I was thinking about this when I was going to bed, right? That's why my bed is like unmade. It always is unmade. But why it's unmade, especially today, is because I was thinking about this, right? And I was like, this isn't a bad hire. And I was going to talk about this regardless. I said this in a previous video. I was talking about this regardless. But, as I was thinking more and more, I was like, I don't hate this idea. And I've seen more shit on social media about saying, like, yeah, this hire ain't too bad, It's not terrible. And I'm going to take a look at the roster. I'm going to see how that's constructed. I'm going to see, offense and defensive side. Jesse Minter obviously is a defensive side coach. He did wonders in LA. Obviously, it was a bad departure with the loss to the Patriots, but he did a pretty good job throughout the year. I mean, to shut down the Eagles' offense is like the most notable Jesse Minter defense I've seen, where he forced 5 turnovers against Jalen Hurts, and it was a great defensive showing, which kind of made me think he's probably going to be a great head coach. And I think this is definitely the most home run hire in my opinion. Maybe we said the Raiders hiring Clint Kubiak, which they hired this morning, but other than that, this is probably my favorite head coaching hire of the cycle. And obviously taking over for Harbaugh is a gigantic shoes to fill, might I say. But what I really enjoy about this hire is that, you have Lamar Jackson, who is a great quarterback, and you don't really need an offensive coach to tap out his full potential, because you already know what he's going to get on the field. He's a multiple-time MVP. He's produced basically with whatever and wherever he has, kind of like Josh Allen, where he produces, and Mahomes produces whatever's around him. He produces, and that's what I like, because instead of focusing on Lamar Jackson, you're focusing more on the defense, which Lamar Jackson can produce at whatever you need him to be, right? Versus someone like I don't know, someone like who needs offensive potential. I guess you could say Sam Darnold to a way, but honestly, not really. But maybe Brock Purdy, because Kyle Shanahan. But like, there's more leeway with someone like Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Mahomes. You can say Burrow, who they don't really need the offensive-minded head coach, and they can really just go with the offensive coordinator versus that offensive head coach who's very schematic, which I agree with 100%. And this is kind of interesting there's parallels to the Chargers, right? There's Derwin James and Kyle Hamilton, right? 2 star-studded safeties who have elevated that defense so much to the point where you're like, okay, yeah, they're top safeties, right? They've elevated that defense so much where you can really build off that, and it's kind of being eerie similar to LA for Jesse Minter, because that defense is built pretty similar. You have 2-star safeties. The offensive line, the defensive line isn't that crazy, where there isn't that pure star edge rusher. You can maybe see Mike Green, but you can maybe develop him, or you can pick a edge rusher and hope David Bailey or another edge rusher will fall super high or super far down at 14, or you can take Peter Woods. There's a lot of leeway for this Ravens roster, and honestly, I think last year was an off year. They were one missed field goal away from actually making to the playoffs, and it's crazy how a missed field goal is an off year, right? Or a missed playoff run is an off year, right? But with this team, how it's constructed, I honestly really like it, and I think this will be very well. And you've also seen this with Jesse Minter too. He's a very good defensive mind, and this is literally like I've seen this on social media too. Parallels to Mike McDonald leaving. You would like to get the defensive minded head coach versus the offensive minded, right? So let's take a look at this roster. And honestly, when I'm looking at this defense, I honestly like this more than the Chargers defense. I'm gonna switch in between here, but I honestly like this more than the Chargers defense, because I'm on the Ravens defense right now. They have a lot actually. So I honestly, in my opinion, this linebacking core is so much better. Van Noy, Roquan Smith. You don't know how much longer Van Noy is going to play, because he's 34. But I like Van Noy here. Roquan Smith, very good. There's a little bit of an off year last year, but it's been very good. And this corner room is honestly better too. Chidobe Awuzie, Nate Wiggins. Honestly, is Cam Hart and Khalil Mack. Honestly, I think Nate Wiggins has more upside than that. And Malachi Starks, a very young guy who they just took this year, 27th pick. I think he can also turn into a great guy under Minter. And Kyle Hamilton will always shine. You see what he did with Derwin James. See what he did with Derwin James. Derwin James was a great safety, a top 10 safety this year. And someone like Kyle Hamilton, who has the skill set, and you've seen the skill set, right? All pro guy. You can really show how good he really is, and taking this defensive minded head coach is better. And honestly, this offense isn't that bad where you need an offensive minded head coach, right? Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, right? You have your 1-2 punch right there. Zay Flowers, a Pro Bowler. I'm not a big fan of him being a Pro Bowler. Don't take that with a grain of salt. But Zay Flowers, your number one guy. DeAndre Hopkins, who's old, wash DeAndre Hopkins, but you can maybe upgrade that with a deep wide receiver class. Honestly, if I had to pick right now, they'd probably be taking hopefully someone like a Peter Woods if he falls. If they take Peter Woods here, that'd be amazing. Or they can take someone like a Denzel Boston as a DeAndre Hopkins replacement down the line, or Rashad Bateman replacement. But I think Jesse Minter was someone like honestly, the pro world Jesse Minter takes Peter Woods, and he can play defensive tackle. But this team, I really like this team and how the defense is oriented. More specifically, the defense. You might let Isaiah Lockley walk. You might let Linderbaum walk. But this offensive line is fine enough to the point where like I wasn't super like hating towards this offensive line. This is a great hire, honestly. And Jesse Minter, I think he will be a really good head coach, because if you look at his career outlook, he has done good work in college. He's done good work in everywhere, right? More specifically, Baltimore Ravens. He worked in Baltimore, defensive back coach in 2020. He was mainly defensive back, and this could honestly help Marlon Humphrey get back on track, and help Nate Wiggins just perform even better when he already is. When he's already pretty good, but at Michigan and Vanderbilt, he did pretty well and improved himself, which is why he landed this Los Angeles Chargers defensive coordinator job, and eventually now the Ravens head coaching job, because he proved it. He literally proved it. He was really good. He was he served as the interim head coach when Harbaugh got suspended, and it was fine. He played good. I think he will be a very good coach for the Chargers. And I love this. I actually love this hire, and I think this is honestly my favorite hire so far. I know that's a lot, but this is probably my favorite hire so far. Again, proved it in the college level. I think he'll be very good, and I think this defense, for how they've been oriented, is really good. And I don't know. I just think that, when you have that feeling where you think this is gonna work out. I just have that feeling where I think it's gonna fulfill, and I'm 100%. I'm 100% in on the Jesse Minter hype train. This has probably been my favorite hire, besides maybe Clint Kubiak going to the Raiders. But I'm gonna boom. You guys like that transition? Yeah, I know. Now take off your pants. I just got secondhand cringe from saying that shit, bro. Fuck. Anyways, I love this. Anyways, long story short, love this hire. Defensive minded head coach, good for Lamar Jackson. Pretty good. I grade this a B+. Anyways, thank you all as always for watching. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Actually, I got my first subscriber the other day. First subscriber that is not on my other accounts. But as always, thank you for watching. Sorry for the inconsistent uploads. I have been sick. I don't know if it sounds like it, but I'm probably still a little sick. But life goes on. Anyways, love you guys. See you guys tomorrow. About maybe Clint Kubiak, maybe not. I don't know. There's no NFL this week, so I can't even do a recap. That's usually what I do on Mondays, but can't do a recap. So I guess it is what it is. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll figure out something. See ya.